training camp that literally, are you into boxing, Mark? No, I don't box, man. I mean, I used to be into boxing. Uh-oh. What? Hold up, hold up. Hang on a second here. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Let me see if I can. Hang on. Hold up. Are you there? Hang on. Let me see if I can get you on the system here. Hang on. Dang, I wasn't expecting to get a phone call. Hold up. Hang on, y'all. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Are you there? Philip?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So, guys, I wasn't expecting to get any phone calls tonight. I have actually Philip Ebarb online. You know I'm on live, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Philip, what's up? What's up?
Oh man. Same stuff.
Same stuff? Okay. For those of you who don't know, this is actually Dak's uncle. Any news you got for me? Anything? Any tad bit? Any good
Well,
news?
I just want to set. I want to set some records straight.
Uh-oh. Okay. All right.
When Tad, Dak's brother, makes a comment about how he feels,
Yeah.
it is 100%
Tad.
his word.
Okay.
He has the right to say and feel however he wants.
All right.
But that is not speaking for Dak. I don't speak for Dak. Tad doesn't speak for Dak. Nobody does. Dak is his own man.
I can believe that.
He makes his own mind up. He speaks his mind. He's honest. He's honorable. He's loyal. And he's honest to a fault.
I agree with you on that
So
one.
when Tad says he never liked the Cowboys and he doesn't know how long he'll be pulling for them, that doesn't have anything to do with Dak. Well, I don't mean it to have anything to do with it. It doesn't have anything to do with the way Dak feels.
Right. That's his personal opinion.
That's right. So Dak growing up was wearing Cowboy jerseys. I'm going to play quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys when I grow up. He was a fan from day one.
Mm-hmm.
Tad never liked the Cowboys.
Oh, really?
Never, ever. So I wasn't a big Cowboy fan. I've liked a few of the players. I knew Kabika Pittman, Damon LaFleur.
Mm-hmm.
I knew a couple of players at certain times. And we had the guy from Mississippi State, the linebacker, left right before Dak. Can't think of his name right offhand, but
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Daggone, now
black
it's on the tip of my
haired
tongue.
guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've been a player fan for the Cowboys, but never a Cowboy fan. I'm a Cowboy fan now because I know a bunch of the players. Dak's there, and I'm in. But Tad can say and feel however he wants,
Now,
and
can
I, I'll
I
support
ask
him.
you a question on this one now? And you may not have the answer to
All right.
this one. Do you think that Dak holds anything against the team, or is it more so this is just business and it's just the way it is, and there's nothing against the players on the field or any animosity between them?
How many jobs have you had?
Oh, I've had quite a few, and I can't say that I've been in love with any of the people I've worked for, because I always look at it as
Oh,
it's business, and they're trying to make as much money off of me as possible, and they're never going to give me the credit that I deserve.
okay. So what's different?
I don't see a difference. I
There's
honestly
not.
don't.
I've worked. I've worked jobs from coaching and teaching. I've been in bands.
Mm-hmm.
I've been an instructor, sports instructor. I haven't liked every kid I've worked with. I haven't liked every coach I've worked with. I haven't had a bunch of bosses that I love them all. You can always cross somebody and have issues
Right.
without not being able to work with them. Dak loves his team. He loves the players. He loves Dallas. He loves the Cowboys. He understands what business is business, and he's perfectly fine.
I'm glad to hear that. Well,
And people saying he's greedy,
uh,
he'll never get back the money that he passed on
mm-hmm.
by playing for himself. He's never going to get the $31 million back that he missed out on when he played his last rookie year,
Mm-hmm.
his last rookie contract. I mean, he's not getting that money back. He's not going to get the bonuses and all the other stuff that Goff and Wentz and even your other boy Kirk Cousins and them.
Yeah.
He'll never catch them. So how is he greedy?
Well, the thing that bothered me, I had the clip earlier of Skip and Shannon, and Skip is always talking about the amount of money that Dak Prescott makes, doing advertisements, that he should be given a break. But I don't ever remember Peyton Manning giving the Colts or Denver a break, because Lord knows he was on every commercial in the world. And I remember, when Tony Romo was doing all the Pepsi and Frito-Lay commercials and stuff, I don't remember him giving a discount. Why all of a sudden is it that everybody thinks because he's making money doing stuff that he's supposed to give a discount?
Well, I could clear this up.
Okay.
We talked about this. I don't know if we talked about it on air,
Mm-hmm.
but I've discussed this with you on a personal note.
Yes.
Since Dak started the league, he's never had an off season.
Mm-hmm.
Because on off season, he's doing personal showings.
Right.
He's doing commercials. He's doing speaking engagements. He's doing all that off the field work. Wait. I said work.
Mm-hmm.
That's not free money.
That's a job.
He's out there working for that money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on top of that, if he wasn't a winner, good looking, well spoken, educated, a solid guy, and
a winner,
could sell himself, he wouldn't have those. He wouldn't have all that. Now, then the last final note. How much is it worth to these people that say, oh, he can make all his money off the field? How much is it worth to you to not have time with your grandmother who's losing her mind through Alzheimer's, who took care of your mother when she was dying, and you never get to see her because you're working during the off season, to the point that she knew him and now she doesn't?
Yeah, that's time.
How much is that worth?
Well, the most precious thing in the world is time. And it's nothing you can get back. It's nothing you can trade. It's nothing you can sell. It's nothing you can buy. When that time is gone, this time is gone. And I don't think people understand that this is like being delivering food and stuff in the evenings. Yeah, you can make some extra money and stuff and all that, but it takes you away from other things. And I know how his off season, it's crazy in dealing with stuff with United Way and all that, just to get a conversation with Dak Prescott. I can't imagine the little amount of time that he has, because we've seen him working out all off season, and in fact, when you look at him, he doesn't look like there's an ounce of fat on him. He looks like he is all business, ready to rock and roll. So you don't get that way by just kicking back and drinking a few brews with your uncle.
Oh, him and his friends and his brother work out every day. They take a little 1 day break every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
They do something every day.
It looks like it.
I mean, from throwing to receivers and running backs to working out with his ex-college teammates to working out with his brother. He's got the mirror workout thing, his own little gym. He's got a swimming pool. I, you know, come on, man. Like you can't not see the work.
Do you think they're worried about the COVID and being exposed on
I
that?
think everybody's worried about COVID. I mean, you'd be silly not to be,
Well,
but it is what it is. We got to move through.
this is
We
true.
got to move forward.
Well, I tell you what, the way I look at, there's no way in the world that they can make it 100% safe for everybody. But it seems like the players are probably better off at the facilities than to their own demise and stuff, the time after practice or the time to themselves. I'm hoping that we're able to actually get the season going, but I got to tell you, I feel like, and maybe you can elaborate on this, I feel like there's a big difference now that Jason Garrett is gone. I almost feel like the sky is kind of parted and the sun is coming up because, when I saw that little opening meeting and stuff, and you see these players, I swear everybody looks like they are cut and just ready to rock and roll this season. Do you have that same feeling?
Well, I know that Dak is completely excited and happy with his teammates.
Mm-hmm.
He's happier with the off-season workout stuff that he's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
He's excited about certain players that people aren't expecting to be great.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's excited about the year that's coming. I know he respected and trusted and liked Jason Garrett. And I don't think Jason Garrett's coaching was the problem. I think Jason Garrett might have been a little bit generic, a little bit predictable, but you fall into that. And I kind of feel like he was in you get in that routine, you get in that wheel,
Mm-hmm.
and it just is what it is. Sometimes you just need a change. And I have nothing bad to say about Jason Garrett. He was helpful, supportive, and did a lot for Dak. So Sanchez did, Kitna did.
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing but respect and appreciation for what those people do. But it's time to move on, and sometimes that breath of fresh air helps.
Sometimes I think you need change just for change's sake because, to me, at least on an outsider, to me, when you get a new boss, you don't know what to expect. And so that kind of puts everybody on their toes to kind of say, uh-oh,
Yep.
I've got to prove myself for this guy. A lot of times, when you get used to a situation, you know what to expect, you know what you can get away with, what you can do and all that. At some point, you kind of, you're kind of laid back. But, for example, when I looked at Joe Looney, remember the picture of Joe Looney when he was dressed up like, with Zeke's jersey on and the belly hanging out? Joe
Yeah.
Looney looks cut up. Dak looks like, I was just like, damn. To me, all of a sudden, it seems like everybody's got their attention focused on being a team. The fact that nobody has tested positive for COVID, I'm amazed on that. But to me, I've been worried, it's usually the time between OTAs and training camp is the time that you're worried about players being to their own time and everything else. You hold your breath and hope that nobody gets in trouble. So I thought for sure there might be a couple of guys who might come in. But if we're at this point and these guys are already there, I feel great about the opportunity for this team as a whole. And I think the leadership of Dak is just, I'm a Dak fan. But I think that everybody in that huddle looks towards Dak and believes in him.
They believe in each other.
Amen on that one.
That's what makes winners, man. When you make people want to believe in themselves and to believe in you,
Mm-hmm.
that's part of it. But
Wow.
you want to talk about looks?
Mm-hmm.
Look at Michael Gallup.
Michael Gallup, like I
Dude,
said, everybody. I can't look at anybody and say, you know what, they look like they've been slacking off this summer. Everybody looks like they are just, it's like they're on a mission together. I loved hearing Mike McCarthy. I'm going to play the clip a little bit later, but Mike McCarthy saying that everything is about winning. Now, I'm going to ask you another question here, and I don't know if you have an answer for it or not. Um, did I lose my cameras? Okay, sorry, I lost my camera. I don't know if you have an answer for it or not. Do you think that Mike McCarthy, that we heard that he originally, when he got the job, it was a little bit of time before he called Dak Prescott. Do you think that there's any doubts in Mike McCarthy's mind about Dak being his quarterback?
Dak walked into Green Bay Stadium his rookie year
Mm-hmm.
and handed them their ass.
Yes, he did. True, true.
I mean, he beat them in the playoffs till he walked off the field,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a comeback.
Yeah.
I don't know. Here's the deal: all the hate crap, let them keep hating, because all the analytics, they're just making Dak more popular. So hate all you want, we don't care. So, but I've never met
Woo.
a coach, a player,
Mm-hmm.
a doctor,
Mm-hmm.
a trainer, a equipment manager, a field technician,
Yeah.
anybody who's ever worked with Dak that doesn't love him, respect him, and give him ultimate props for everything he does. And
Amen on that.
anybody who has anything to say is more than welcome to say it, because you'll never hear it from anybody who knows.
Mm-hmm.
Have you?
No, you know what? Yeah,
What about Dez?
other than the talking heads out there, you never hear anybody say anything about Dak. You've heard rumors about Carson Wentz and problems in the locker room and so on. I have never heard anybody in the locker room ever say anything about Dak Prescott. And I look at thinking that Amari Cooper went to that team in Washington, and they offered him more money, but he came back for less to be at the Cowboys. To me, that says that you really are all in. I look at the relationship of Dak and Zeke. To me, it's like this is more than just a job. This is like family.
Well, they asked Cooper if he would be interested in getting traded to New England, and he said, "I'd rather play with Dak Prescott than Tom Brady."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That was public.
that's pretty big.
He was in an interview.
Well,
I mean,
I'm beginning to learn it doesn't matter what you do, that people are always going to have something negative to say, and that says more about the person themselves as opposed to actually the other person. It's more of, I wish I were that guy. I hate him, so I'm not going to have anything good to say about him. And I get that all the time in here. I'm not trying to turn it on myself, because
yeah,
I know I don't get anywhere
yeah.
near the amount of hate that they have. But it's so many times people realize that on Dak Prescott's back, I can get paid.
Yeah.
So when you see show after show after show after show that's talking about Dak, when there's 30 other starting quarterbacks in the NFL that nobody gives a rat's ass about, it's a win-win. Either you're going to piss off Cowboy fans, and they're going to say, "Did you see what that jackass had to say about him?" Or it's going to be Eagle fans saying, "Yeah, that Dak Prescott, he's trash." Yeah, so they realize that's how they get paid on him. I almost think that there should be a Dak tax for all the talking heads, that every time they do a segment on Dak Prescott, he should get a little kick of the money out of it.
Well, when Des got fired,
Mm-hmm.
the KMs in the world,
Yeah.
the freaking idiots who have nothing better to do but to troll around
Yeah.
because they have no life. So those people were all saying, "Oh, I bet he loves Dak. He lost his job because Dak couldn't get involved."
There's never had anything bad
Like,
to say
they
about him.
talked all that crap. But where was Des last year?
Right there with Dak.
Or this year, actually.
Right there
He
with
was
Dak working
working
out.
out.
Yeah.
So he hates Dak?
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't respect him. It's stupid. They don't know. They don't know. Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless continues to say, $45 million. He wants more money than Mahomes.
Yeah, well, okay. We
Shut
all know
up,
about Skip
dude.
Bayless. Now, you have seen Dak since he was a little kid, and you've seen him getting ready
His whole
for
life.
football season and everything else. In comparison to past years, where do you think he is physically, mentally, and emotionally going to the season? It's been a rough off season, dealing with, of course, losing his brother, dealing with COVID and everything else. Um, where do you think he is right now for the season?
I think if you compare him to others that are going through the same things,
Mm-hmm.
they better hang their hat on it because he is so solid. And I'm not talking about his body. I'm talking about his mind,
Mm-hmm.
his goals, his preparation, everything. He's ready, and that goes with everything that's gone on. He honors his brother. He 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 honors his family. He loves his family. He everything he does is for the right reasons.
Amen on that one.
That's why when I see the hate, I try to stay away from it. And sometimes I fall short, but it's because anybody who knows him or worked with him or been around him at all
Mm-hmm.
don't say those things because they know him. It doesn't take long to know him. He's just an incredible guy. He raises money for cancer. He cares about everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He loves his teammates. He loves his family. He wouldn't screw anybody over for anything. He he's honest, like I said, to a fault. I have nothing bad to say about him, and I'm his uncle, and maybe I'm biased, but I can't say the same thing for just about anybody else I know.
All right. So let me, while you got the floor here, do you have anything to say to all the haters and all the trolls that we have out there?
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you.
thank you. Dak's endorsement value is way up there because of your analytics.
Well, this is true
Keep hating,
because Google doesn't
keep
care if they
clicking,
like you or hate you. That just that they're responding to you.
keep hating, keep clicking. Because
Oh, yeah.
right now, analytically, Dak is one of the highest analytical athletes in any sport in the whole world
That's
because he's got a
amazing.
lot of lovers, but the haters click and click and click. And it's pretty much the same group of probably 100 or so.
Yeah.
It's not like it's gotten to where in the last 2 years I can read something and I can almost tell you who it's going to be.
Oh well, we
And
know
if you get rid
we
of,
know on Facebook now because my
yeah,
Facebook page is nothing but haters. It's like I kind
well,
of
if
do
you
that
get
hit
rid
and
of
run on there.
KM,
Yeah.
if you get rid of KM, you're going to lose about 15 accounts.
But yeah, I was gonna say because he's like a professional troll. Because you get rid of
Yeah, because
one,
he,
yeah, he's got 10 other ones he'll transfer to.
yeah,
So it's best just to ignore guys like that, But you're 100
yeah,
percent
but
right on that. But another question for you: when Dak was actually drafted by the Dallas Cowboys in the fourth round, did you see him achieving as much as he has already in his short career?
no, I didn't even think he would have started till last year.
Hmm.
We didn't anticipate this at all.
I
Now,
mean, it's
I,
just
is
amazing.
he,
I mean, I believe I saw him in college film, and I kept looking and saying, why isn't he actually graded higher than he was? Because I'm sitting there thinking he's playing in the Southeast Conference against more pro players. I mean, the Southeast Conference every year puts 50 plus players in the NFL, and taking Mississippi State, that was not a football power, and looking at the players that were on that offense, I think the tight end went in the sixth round, and other than that, nobody else was drafted on that team. To get them to number one, I'm like, there should be more buzz on this guy, and that's why I was high on him. I never thought that Tony Romo would get hurt in preseason and Dak would take off
no,
immediately
no,
like he
no.
did, but I always believed that he had all the skill sets that he needed.
Right. That's me too. I expected him to get to this level.
Mm-hmm.
I expected him to have this kind of success. I just didn't expect the opportunity as fast as it happened.
Yeah. Sometimes you
I mean,
get.
if you go look at his
Sometimes it's
college, right?
being.
You're talking about his college.
Yeah. But sometimes it's being the
You're
right
you're
place at the
looking
right
at
time.
yeah. Well, you're looking at A&M, Ole
Mm-hmm.
Miss,
Mm-hmm.
LSU, and Auburn, who before Dak got there, while he was being recruited, all four of those schools had top 10 recruiting classes. And Alabama, of course,
Right.
had the number one. Ole Miss actually had number one 2 years before Dak got there. So he's playing with 3-star athletes
Mm-hmm.
against Alabama, who's got linebacker of the year redshirt, or the best receiver in the country
Right.
redshirt. While Dak's taking a 3-star athlete who didn't have another major university scholarship, or a basketball player that never hadn't playing wide receiver. I mean, how did he have that success? Because it
Hard work.
feeds, man, hard work and leadership, love, and making people around you better by believing in them.
For me, sometimes it's the guys that aren't, um, the prototypical quarterback. You always get these guys that just comes easy to them. They go to a big school, they do great and stuff and all that, and they never really had to work hard. Sometimes it's the guy who wasn't that big athlete, who wasn't the one that's highly recruited. They become that guy that becomes a tactician. They outwork everybody else, and they're constantly trying to get better over and over and over again. Whereas sometimes you get some of these guys who get there and they have a great rookie season and everything else, and they think that this is easy, and they end up falling on their ass. And I feel like Dak is one of those ones that will never ever be satisfied, no matter how good it was. There's always room for me to be able to improve, and I think that's one of those things that drive him. And I think that I'm guessing, I don't know, Dak like that. I wish I did, but I think he thrives on people not believing him. I kind of have that thing myself. When somebody tells me I can't do something, I will kill myself to prove them wrong.
It's his competitive nature.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing spades, dominoes,
Yeah.
cornhole, washer. He's going to fight you to the end.
See, that sounds like somebody that I played a lot of spades with in college, and that was Charles Haley, because Charles Haley could not stand to lose at anything. It didn't matter what it was. He was going to kill you, one way or the other. That competitive nature will drive you through.
But Dak's efforts they're internal. I've been telling him, well, not me. I'm not the credit,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm just saying. I did say you get better psychologically, emotionally, socially, physically, mentally, educationally, and leadership wise.
Mm-hmm.
You can always find a way to get better.
Amen on that one. So
So,
I'm gonna
look,
get ready.
man, I just wanted to take the time.
Well, no, let me ask you this real quick before you get out of here, man. How have you been making it
Yeah.
through this whole coronavirus? I mean, I know this has been hell on everybody, and I know you do a lot of coaching, teaching, and everything else. How's everything going for you?
Um, I mean, we've had a lot of problems with that. Losing Dak's brother and lost an aunt, a good friend of mine's niece,
Mm-hmm.
lost her. Been a lot of problems. Been some funerals couldn't go to. All the basic things that everybody else is going through too.
Yeah.
But we have a really solid support family, and we're all supportive of one another, and that kind of has helped get through all of it. I got to spend a lot of time with Dak,
Oh, that's great.
more than we've had to spend in a long time. So,
All right. Well, we'll keep you in our thoughts and our prayers. And, if Dak ever has some free time and he just wants to spend it on the Joe Boo Sports Report, let me know.
sure will, man.
All right, man. You be safe out there, and thanks for calling in.
Hey, man, remember,
Uh-huh.
the haters they just give you clicks.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, you know
All right,
me.
brother.
I just keep rolling on with. Yeah, come, bring it on, bring it on. I love a
Yep.
little fight. Okay,
Yep. Bring the click.
there you go. All right, be safe
All right,
out there, man. I'll talk to you later.
Later.
All right, guys. So that was actually Dak Prescott's uncle, Philip Ebarb. His Dak's mother is his brother. He helped actually raise Dak Prescott and stuff, and Ford gets to spend time with him and things. And him and I have actually developed a friendship. It's kind of funny because I'm not really that bright. In fact, I'm kind of stupid sometimes. What actually happened with me was I had a person about 2 years ago that said, shared me a link on Facebook and said, this is Dak Prescott's uncle. You should go ahead and try, talk to him a little bit, get to know him and things. And, maybe you can talk to him a bit about Dak Prescott and stuff. And I was like, yeah, sure, right. That's really Dak's uncle. And I go through on his Facebook page, Philip E. Barb and stuff. I was like, oh, okay. And I'm seeing pictures of him with Dak where they're not saying Dak Prescott. And it's kind of like, okay, these are like old pictures and family pictures. But what I noticed was he had sent me a message. And I was like, wait, the fuck? He had sent me a message like 6-8 months before and said, hey, how you doing? I'm Dak Prescott's uncle. I love what you do. I don't always agree with you. But you keep it real and honest. If you ever need anything, let me know. And so I responded to his message with a thumbs up, like, thanks. And when I looked at that, I was just like, boom! It's like, you did that to Dak's uncle. You gave him a thumbs up. You didn't even say, hey, I appreciate it. It's just like, wow, you just stupid. But anyway, he's really cool. He keeps it real. Him and I actually talk from time to time, and it's sad for Dak to have lost his brother, to get the amount of hate that he gets and things. But you know what? Dak is just gonna brush it off, and I'm gonna tell you, if there's a season this year, you watch out because Dak is gonna light it up. In fact, I believe that the Dallas Cowboys are going to have one incredible season this year. I feel like, and this is what I was saying to Philip, I feel like from the time Jason Garrett got fired, it was like the skies parted. All the black clouds went away, and it just felt like there was a new day. I may be wrong. Maybe I'm just, hopefully dreaming and praying that we're going to have a great season and that Jason Garrett was the problem as far as, with the team. And I'm not saying that Jason Garrett's a bad guy, but there's been a lot of guys who have been coaches that are great regular season coaches or just can't seem to win the big ones. You could look at somebody like Norv Turner, who is an incredible offensive coordinator. But Norv Turner could never take a team anywhere beyond the regular season. You could look at Marty Schottenheimer. Marty Schottenheimer, you can't tell me that guy couldn't coach and get people wanting to follow him through a brick wall. But he could not get any success in playoffs. There's so few people who can be successful at that level. It wasn't a matter of hating Jason Garrett. It's just wondering, maybe he's not the guy. And at some point, after all of the years, you get stale. The players start to tune you out. And this is where I feel like all of a sudden, these guys are on notice that, wait a minute, there's a new guy in here. We got to impress him.